Okay.
All right. Cool. All right, dope. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Do You Mind If I Call You Bitch, where this podcast is a lot less harsh than the name suggests. But we do like to allow women, especially women of color, and even more particular, black women, to come here and talk their shit, get it off their chest, tell their truth, their experience, so on and so forth. That's why I am outnumbered today, and I will always be outnumbered because it's not about me. It's not about men. It's all about women and black women in particular. My name is Rudy Wilson, and joining me, as always, got the homie by way of Dade County, but currently in LA, Meggie Cherilus, Meggie Megs. What's popping?
Hey y'all.
You got the did you have earrings on when I seen you earlier?
Yes, I do have earrings on, Rudy.
You got your
and yes, I am rocking the Cleo braids. Let me say it right.
I wasn't even gonna say that.
Yes, you was, because you've been at it all day.
I swear I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't gonna say that. I
had my little ring light thing.
So you good? You got the natural.
Guys, I'm gonna try to put my ring light there. It's raining so hard here.
Oh wow!
It just started. It's raining so hard.
Well, as you can see, we have a special guest. She has just jumped right in the conversation before we. Oh no, don't do the ring light. It's way too bright. Your natural light is fine.
That's way too bright. This is a little better.
That's fine.
Bad, is it?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Okay. Well, now that she's glamorous, she got. She got her own little dressing room popping back there, got the lights and everything. But
I'm still here.
No, you good. You good. Still.
Okay. Because it's easier for me to hold this like this, so it's because it's more like a thing.
She thinks she backstage.
She's a professional. She knows what she's doing.
She thinks she behind the curtain getting it together. Like, oh, we can see you. We see you. No, it's all good though. But we always bring a special guest on. And this week is a special guest I met probably roughly 2-3 years ago. At this point in the DMV area. If you don't know about DMV, that's the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and she stretches about 45 minutes outside of DC and what they call Baltimore, up there. But
Baltimore is its whole own entity. There's DMV, and then there's Baltimore. Okay?
It is. But no, very much so. But the way that we met is because we both are comedians, and the Baltimore and the DC comedy scene obviously intertwined because they're so close. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Danielle Wooten, better known as Woo the comedian. What's poppin'?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I need to come out there to LA with y'all.
Well, come on in.
Guys.
Well, currently you're in COVID Town, USA, better known as Atlanta, Georgia. So how's that going for you?
I'm trying to. They don't care here. They don't care. We was just about to go to the Trap Museum.
Right.
But like I said, it's raining. It's raining so hard. We drove over there. The line is long. They say 6 feet apart. Everybody is piled up like this together. Ain't no 6 feet. None of that. Like they don't care about. Like I'm telling you, Future Mask Off is the theme song.
It's the theme song.
Mask off. Fuck it. Mask off. Fuck it. Mask off. They don't care.
They ain't even got to the mask off part. They just still at fuck it. They stop at the line. Fuck it.
They don't care. Ain't no 6 feet. Ain't none of that.
And so
they out here on the same hookah. Everything.
Oh, not the same hookah.
Hookah.
I wasn't even doing that before COVID. Like I get my own mouthpiece. I ain't doing the same mouthpiece. Like that's rough.
The hookah around, yeah.
They passing the hookah.
Pass the hookah. Pass the hookah.
Right.
Yes.
Lord have mercy. Well, ain't no telling what else they passing in Atlanta at this point. So,
the wrong. I know what they passing. The wrong.
That's just being passed around.
So tell us what brings you from Baltimore to Atlanta? First of all, y'all drove or y'all flew? How'd you get there?
We drove.
Oh, okay, and that's what
Yeah,
that's probably what, like
we
10
took
hours.
That 10 hour. Yep,
Yeah,
we took that 10-hour drive.
Yeah.
Straight.
This is the second
Straight,
time we did it, actually.
Y'all, she asked, did y'all do it straight?
You said that we do what?
Did y'all drive straight there?
Yeah, yep, straight through. We probably stopped maybe twice.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah,
that
I've made
like
that
just
drive
like
before.
to go to the gas station, go to the bathroom real quick, like that type of stop, not a long stop.
Yeah, I made that drive before, but I actually didn't stop in Atlanta. I was just driving through Atlanta because I was driving from DC to Baton Rouge, which was 17 hours.
Ooh,
Yeah.
to Baton Rouge. Now, let me tell
Pretty
you,
much, yeah.
last year I went to New Orleans and they have a comedy festival called Black Girls Giggles, and it's doing like the Essence Festival. And I went on a buddy pass. No, let me tell y'all real quick. Don't you ever do that dumb shit here. I went on a buddy pass. So we got there fine because I got there like maybe that Wednesday before the weekend.
Right.
But that Sunday, it was a storm. And we tried to get back home and we could not get back home. But luckily, one of the other comedians that live in Baltimore, she drove down. So me and my sister wound up riding back with her, which she was happy because now she had help, with driving.
Right.
We wound up having to drive back. So we drove back from New Orleans to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's rough.
That was woof.
Yeah, I already know. Yeah,
rough.
I was dating a girl at the time who lived there, so we was driving there for like Thanksgiving or whatever. So like to answer your question, Meggie, we did make the trip straight through. I drove probably like 14 out of the 17, and she drove like the other 3 maybe.
Yeah, that's me. You probably had to do the 14.
Yeah, it's like because it's like it's bad until like you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Then it's kind of like, especially when you with somebody else, it ain't as bad. Like now I did when I moved from DC to Miami. That's 15 hours, and I mean I drove that by myself. You know what I'm saying? But I mean I was on a mission. I was trying to get the fuck out of DC.
You was on a mission. You like I want to get there.
I had too much old baggage.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, I get the fuck out of here. So, tell us and our viewers, and even you meeting Meggie for the first time, just tell everybody just a little about yourself, quick background. So obviously we know that you're from Baltimore, but just, just whatever, just anything about yourself, the comedy, so on and so forth.
So, okay, I'm from Baltimore. I've been doing comedy, I believe it'll be just 4 years. This coming up in May. It'll be just 4 years. But, I've done a lot. I've been doing a lot. I am currently with a group of 4 other females from Baltimore, and we're doing a She More Funny tour.
Gotcha.
So, like, right now, we're, like, at the grinding stage of the tour where we're just trying to, get it out there, put it out there. Mm-hmm. So, we came down September and stayed in Atlanta for like a week and like just did shows and stuff like that. So this one is just 3 of us together, but we just came down because Ray had a show and Maria had a show, so we wound up. But I was able to perform at both of their shows, so I still got stage time while I was down here. We're about to go to Chicago and perform. We're gonna be at Riddles in Chicago.
Gotcha.
First week of November, we're gonna be in Virginia. We're gonna be at the Funny Bone. So we just really try to get this tour out here. And grinding, and like I know right now, like people looking at us like we crazy because they're like, going outside, y'all going outside, y'all around all the people.
How all these people open?
People say that, and I swear, and like Maria, she always be like, look, we gotta have our mask on in the picture because when we go back home, people will go in on us about not if we don't got no mask on. I was like, because you get down here in Atlanta and get comfortable. You forget Rona exists.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, shoot, where's my mask at? I forgot. Because ain't nobody else got it on.
Right.
Nobody. I'm telling you, you get comfortable, you be like, what? But
Right.
yeah, so I just been grinding. I've been doing skits and stuff. I also in Baltimore, we have this YouTube channel called The Channel, and it's kind of like a bunch of comedians, and we all have like our different characters, kind of like in living color, Mad TV
Right.
type vibe,
Right.
and we all have different characters. And my character is a psychic sister soldier, shaped by the baby.
Shea butter baby. Shea butter baby.
But like I'm a bullshit ass psychic though.
Right.
Like
Gotcha.
I'm using Fisher Price cards,
Right.
like to read, so
Right.
so that's something that we're doing too. A bunch of dope comedians together doing it. So yeah, I just been working, I just been grinding, I really wanna do it the old school way, you know what I'm saying? And definitely doing this now with the girls and stuff like that. Like and like I said, this is about women empowerment, and that's definitely what this stand for. Ray had this vision and she put it together, and I'm blessed that she decided to add me as a part of it, especially being the newest. I'm the newest comedian of the crew, and it's just to show that, because men do it all the time. But it's rare when you see women getting together and building and working, and it's like, even though it's She More Funny and it's Baltimore, it's not even just about us. Like when we go to other cities, we want to link up with the women of that city, stuff like that. So it's just a whole movement to show that women, we can get together and we can work together too, and we can build, because you can't do it by yourself.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
Try, but you can't.
And what? So let's dig even deeper into that. I mean, what has been your experiences like as far as like being a woman in a male dominant sport such as comedy? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's because I mean, of course, I mean the world is male dominant in itself, but even with comedy, even more specific. Like even like with my other podcast that we do with just like all the stand-up comics that you've been on before. It's hard for me to even find like that many women, because you know what I'm saying, like as many comedians as I know, like 10% of them are female comics. Did we lose her to a phone call?
She probably got a phone call.
It's okay.
I should have put my phone. Somebody called my phone, of course.
No, it's all good.
Then I was trying to press the end button. It wouldn't let me push the end button.
Yeah. No, it's all good. No, it's all good. It's all good.
But back to your question, it's so crazy because like I've heard different stories from different females about their experience or whatever, but mine has been different, and I think it's just because of my vibe,
Gotcha.
Like I don't take stuff personal. And I understand that it's a business, but still, like, I haven't, I see things, stuff do happen. Absolutely. Sometimes men will, they get paid more. They'll try to get over, try to have sex with you.
Right.
I got a guy in my DMs now talk about he a promoter, but then you trying to do it to me. Then he said something about my toes being suckable, and I'm like, well, when the fuck did you see my feet? Like,
right.
What is going on? I was like, are you trying to work or are you trying to do it?
He's trying to work it.
Exactly.
He's seen that one picture at the beach in 2014. He was like, "Them toes gotta be the same."
Like, yeah. And it was so crazy because he was like, at first he was like telling me about, he a promoter and he do these big shows, and then he kept saying, I'm a big girl, right? The nigga kept saying, I do everything big. I like everything big. I like everything big. Like, what you mean, though? Like, so, you definitely come into those type of situations, but, you have to have your stance and keep yourself. Like, for me, I'ma always be woo. I'ma always remain humble. I'ma always stay in my lane.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm not a person who is like, I like to learn. I've always been a learner, in life in general or whatever. So, I'm not a person who, if somebody come to me and they give me some good advice, that I can't take it and take heed to it and just grow with it and stuff like that. But, it's definitely always issues when it comes to women and men as far as pay, sexual things and all that other stuff. But I just chuck it up as part of the game. I don't take it personal. I don't have whole temper tantrums. I see people for what they are and I handle them accordingly. And that's all I can do.
Gotcha. No doubt. And just one more question in reference to comedy. Is comedy like your, as far as stand-up specifically, is that like your, I guess, ultimate goal, or are you using comedy as like a vehicle to something else?
To another goal. Definitely for me, I like the stage. Gotcha. I like the stage. So stand-up comedy, basically what I'm doing, but on a larger scale as far as traveling and hitting different cities and states and doing comedy and even different countries. Like I did do comedy in Jamaica.
Gotcha. Dope.
Yeah. So, and I would love to, continue to be international, or whatever. But like that part of it, I like what, some people they want, and definitely I'm not against acting, like I said, I do skits and stuff like that. So I'm, definitely, but that's not like a major goal. I want to perfect this first. Like I want to perfect my stand up, and I want, my name to ring bells as a beast on the stage.
Yeah.
First and foremost, but definitely, any avenue that leads to some money, I'll go. I ain't gonna get it to, some people be like, they play the 50, like, oh yeah, it's all about the art and stuff like that. Yeah, it's cool, but I need a couple dollars. Because
gotta secure the bag.
Because in all honesty, comedy is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
This is an expensive ass trade. Like, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's expensive because you put a lot out into it.
Yeah.
Especially before you actually get the reward.
Yeah, I'm about to say absolutely before you get anything. Absolutely.
Before you get the reward from it. So, I definitely want it to lead to where as though it's a comfortable place for me, where I'm getting enough money where I can live off of it, because I do still work my 9-to-5 job as well.
Right.
So,
wait,
gotcha.
So you're working even during the pandemic? Like you've been able to work still at your 9-to-5?
So the good thing about the pandemic is I get to work from home now. So I've been working from home. So like we came down here Thursday. So I brought my laptop with me. I hooked it up with my phone. I was working my 9-5 on 9-5. Okay.
Right.
I was, and that's what I did the last time we came to, and Maria Sanchez, she likes to party, man. She like to be out here in these streets.
She likes to party.
So we was out Thursday night. We were out late. Don't be looking back at me like that. She in the car. She's looking at me. But no, we went out after the show and stuff, and like we were out to about like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and then like I got up at 6 Friday,
right,
to start doing my work.
Gotcha.
So
making it happen.
Like, but I be in the bed working anyway. Like don't. I be in the bed with my laptop. My eyes like once in a while, make sure an email ain't come.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha. But that's dope, man. I mean, I kudos to you and everybody that you rocking with, man. I mean, y'all making it happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because for one, like you said, on just the comedy level in general, you have to go and just do a lot of stuff. Just like you said, you spend the money to go somewhere and just put in the legwork, and you have to do that for some time, before, like you said, you see the reward. But the reward is worth it, but you just got to, I guess, kind of have that endurance. So
Yeah.
You got, you know, but y'all definitely on the right track. You know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely doing the right things, and you know, I think that's pretty dope. What about like at your specific job, like at your 9 to 5? Like, do you deal with any type of like bullshit, but in bullshit because of the fact that you are a woman or black or even a black woman, both, like, you know, either or combined?
Not now, no. Now, currently, the job I do, I work for Johns Hopkins Hospital, but
Oh,
I do like IT work. So I
okay.
kind of work by myself.
Mm,
Everything now, like I deal with people, but it's like the doctors and nurses, and they'll call in, and I have to, like, troubleshoot their issues and stuff like that. But
mm.
they don't know who the hell I am. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't really deal with anything like, somebody treating me a certain type of way
Right,
because I'm a
right,
woman or because I'm a black woman in
right,
this job. Now, before I worked here, I worked at the American Red Cross for 15 years.
right.
Ooh,
Yes.
benefits.
And yes. And I worked in a lab, and I'm telling you, I don't work with some, look, that place was stressful. It's the typical big company thing though. Cause I
Right, right.
swear, like, one of my friends, he works for like the city or whatever, and some of the same stuff he go through all the time, he be fussing about. I be like, I go through that too. Like, it's,
Right,
I went
right,
through that when I
right.
worked at the Red Cross. And the crazy part about it is, what the crazy, the person that gave me the most flack when I worked there was a black woman.
Of
Oh,
course.
wow.
Because I don't know what it is sometimes, and and I don't never want to put down black women, but I don't know what it is
Right.
sometimes with certain black women when they get in that position of power, but it's like they got something to prove to the whiteys.
Mm.
They go harder on other black women.
I want to say something to that because I just watched it on Girlfriends. Uh, it was a moment where Joan's supervisor did the same thing that your supervisor did to you, and basically she
Yes.
said, "You're a reflection of her," because in a company where there's only but a couple of black women, and
Mm-hmm.
the HBIC is in charge, and she acts a certain way, and then she looks down, at her, whatever
Right.
subordinate, whatever it's called, and
Yeah.
you not acting the role or you acting ethnic, then you're a reflection of her. And I can
Right.
Mm.
relate to that because I that same thing happened to me. Like,
Yeah.
my boss, I don't know if you're Greek, but she was an AKA, and they already have a stigma with AKA.
Girl. Yes. They
Mm.
are the worst.
The
I'm sorry.
worst.
I'm
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
sorry.
okay.
They are, and I got family members who are, and they the worst too. I don't care. Cousin or no,
She come, I
like,
don't care.
I don't care. Cousin or no, no. But seriously, like, that's real, and it was so crazy to me because it was like, it wasn't like, and I get it sometimes, and like, even if, like, put myself in her shoes, if
Right.
I was if she a black woman that has made it to this position, and then she see me as another black woman, and I'm some bullshit, you know what I'm saying, like I wasn't a good worker, and
Right.
she was on top of me just because she wanted me better for me, and she wanted me to look better in
Mm.
front of
Mm.
these other people.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that, but I was a good worker. It wasn't like I was
Right,
this.
right,
This
right.
bitch just got smart
Right.
for no reason all the time. And I'm gonna tell y'all a story one time and how I got in trouble a little bit. So
A little bit.
one time, a little bit though. So we used to have these meetings. I worked overnight shift then. So we used to have meetings or whatever, and they'd be like, they mandatory and stuff like that. But
Mm.
you gotta think about it. If I get off 8 o'clock in the morning and you asking me to come back in here at 2 p.m., that's like me asking you to come back to work 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I was here all night.
Right.
So I'm like, I can call it, and then it would be dumb stuff. It would be stuff like, you could have sent this in an email.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right.
why do I have to get out my bed, drive here, come in here for this, interrupt my sleep, go back home, and then you want me to be back here on time tonight?
No, that ain't gonna happen.
No. And one time I had pink eye. Like, I really had pink eye. I went to the doctors. I had pink eye, but the doctor was like, well, you got it early, because my eye was irritating. He said, you got it early. So he said, it's not contagious, but you got to put these drops in. And he basically was telling me that I could still work. And like, I'm a worker. Like, I go to work all day, every day.
Right,
so I was like, all right. So I told her, I was like, I'll go to work. But mind you, when I got off in the morning, I was at the ER all day. So I still never slept. So she gonna tell me, well, you still gotta come to this meeting. And if you, like, basically telling me if I didn't come to that meeting, she was gonna give me an occurrence for not coming to the meeting. So I had posted on Facebook, because this was when I was younger. When you was younger, you just posted everything that you felt on social media. And because even sometimes now, you know how sometimes your memories come up on Facebook, and you was like, bitch, why did you post that?
Look at you crazy. The stuff is
I be like, yo, you was so immature, yo. Like,
so
some
immature.
of the stuff I see come up in my memories, I'm like, why did you even disclose that information? I would never now. I would never now.
Never.
I promise you. But the stuff came up, and it was like, I mean, I had posted it, and I was like, this is what I wrote. I was like, my manager, this bitch making me come in there with the pink eye. She'll rub my eye and get that bitch the pink eye. Some shit like that, right? So I was like, I went in. So not thinking that this girl that I thought I was kind of cool with was my friend, but she was friends with her. They were close friends or whatever. So when I came into work mad as a bitch for this meeting, like, somebody straight walk up to me and was like, you need to be careful what you post on Facebook. And when you're young, now mind you, I'm like in my 20s though, I'm young, but when you're young, can't nobody tell you shit. Like, don't tell me what I can post on Facebook.
My Facebook.
Like, thinking about it now,
this ain't your profile picture. Don't try.
Yes, like, thinking about it now in hindsight, I regret it all. But like, I should have never did it. But back then, I was just young and I didn't care. So I was like, what? You can't tell me what to post or whatever. I was like, I meant what I said. Like, but she ain't say nothing. And then, when I came into the meeting, she was like, dang, yeah. When I was like, Tanya. The bitch name was Tanya anyway. Like, how you doing? And you know what wound up happening too? They wound up, I changed departments because this lady I couldn't stand her so much. I thought I was gonna curse out. Somebody calling my phone again. Stop calling me. Who is this?
Well, you don't have to leave it alone because we can
I am busy.
Oh, never mind.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Somebody calling my phone again.
It's all good.
Yeah, so the crazy part about it is that I changed departments because I knew that I was gonna wind up cursing this lady out and I needed my job. After I changed departments, they wound up doing layoffs, and she was one of the people that got laid off.
Well,
girl.
Somebody had to go.
See, Karma got it for me. I didn't even have to give it a pink eye, but
right. Hey, and Karma put it on her Facebook. Come in.
Yeah.
Come in.
No longer employed now.
No longer employed. Lord have mercy. Got you. So let's shift gears, man. Let's talk about these niggas. You know what I'm saying? You grown, you know what I'm saying? So you out here in these Baltimore streets, I guess. Have you ever lived anywhere else, or just Baltimore? As far as like
I never lived anywhere else, but I have dated guys in other states and cities or whatever.
They were from there and living in Baltimore, or y'all was
no, like they lived there, like long distance type situation.
So you just had a hoe in a different area.
Right.
Yeah,
that's how women should have it, because
currently that's my lifestyle. Like hoes in different area codes, because I don't got time.
I don't got time. So,
I'm telling you.
so what? Not so much. You don't have to tell me. I guess any current hoes in the different area codes, but just over time, just what's the different cities or states, whatever, outside of Baltimore that you, I guess, dated or whatever, like wherever they've been from.
So I did Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
I got a friend that lives in Dallas.
Okay.
Mostly like southern, like Virginia, which is not too far, but it's still, a little bit south or whatever. And Florida once. That was like years ago.
What part of Florida?
Pensacola.
Oh,
My
wow.
aunt lived in Pensacola.
Gotcha. Okay. So what's been the? Do you have like a favorite, like a preference when it come down to whether it's from Baltimore or any of these other cities that you name?
Niggas is a mess everywhere. Like, it don't matter. And I thought it was like I literally, because I'm gonna tell you now, Baltimore niggas, they a whole nother breed. Like,
Gotcha.
Like it's like when it comes to like level of nigga, it's like niggas, Baltimore niggas,
Right.
and then the biggest nigga of them all, our president. Like, hate him. I can't.
Hate him.
So,
Gotcha.
like, I just can't do it. But
so you don't have a
they
favorite.
all the
So
same. Like I thought, like at first I had this mindset. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get me like a southern guy,
right.
and it's gonna be cool.
Was
and
that,
it was just like it was just like a different set of issues. Right. Like it wasn't the same issues like as the guys in Baltimore, but it was a different set.
Got you. Was that the Pensacola guy, or was that first off, or you mean like Virginia or something?
Raleigh. North Carolina.
Oh, Raleigh. Oh, okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So North Carolina niggas out here acting up. Niggas.
Okay.
Were any of them out? Were any of them outside of the race?
I need the coffee because I need the charger to stay there. I'm sorry. Say that again.
I was just asking. Have you ever dated outside or messed with anybody outside of your race?
Mm-hmm. No, like I didn't say like I would try it and stuff like that, but I am just like that makes me nervous. I don't know. I just can't. Like I had a friend one time and he was Trinidadian, but Indian Trinidadian.
Okay.
But I was like, ooh, he gonna have spicy dick. Like I don't know, I didn't want it.
Spicy dick? Oh my.
It's gonna be spicy.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, no.
You ain't want to try no pink dick?
And not pink, pew. I just know I can't do the pink. I'm like, like if I do mess with a Caucasian, it gotta be tan.
Gotta be tan.
Okay, I need you to put that in for me so I can keep the charge a little bit. No, it gotta be tan if I do that. Lord, so it's like mercy. The only thing different is like like an African or but that's not. It's still black, Right. I haven't done any other. I haven't did any other race. Like I got a rebuttal for everything. I'm like either it's gonna be spicy or it's gonna be pink or it's gonna be little. I don't know. I don't want it.
So do you feel like you're stuck with the ain't shit niggas? Do you feel like or do you like? Because let me ask you this even more specifically. Like, do you think if you were to date outside of your race, not saying we have to pinpoint it on a specific race, but just anything outside of black, do you think that you would find a better man there? But because of all of those different rebuttals, you're just stuck with the ain't shit niggas, or do you think men across the board, any color, shape, or size, just are all the same?
I don't think they're all the same, but I think they all got shit with them.
Gotcha.
No matter what the race is, they got some shit. Whatever, it might be some different type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I could go with the black dude that's gonna smack me, or the white dude that's gonna bury me. You know what I'm saying? I watch a lot of ID channel.
It's so quickly. Why can't it be the black dude that's gonna take your car and
he gonna go fuck all of it. I done literally had the black dude that took my car and went to go cheat with a bitch.
Right.
I was telling that story the other night. I had to go knock on people's fucking doors.
Oh my goodness! I don't want to talk about that. I'm getting that all over again. Matter of fact, where that bitch live at?
Look, the crazy part about it is, let me just real quick. I was knocking on doors trying to figure out which house he was in because his car was out there.
Right.
It was a white girl.
Right, your car.
And I was like, when I knocked on the door, the people would answer the door, and I was like, I'm looking for my friend Jennifer house. I know it's one of these houses. I don't know which one it is. The whole time, the bitch lived over top of the store.
Oh gosh.
I was so mad. I was knocking on the house doors.
Right.
And across the street, it was stores, and she lived on top of the damn store.
Who's gonna find her or your man?
I would have went to jail. That's why they ain't let me.
Right.
They had it for a reason.
Them angels was looking for you. That's what it was.
Right.
Yes.
My goodness.
Okay. So I'm telling you, but yeah, I keep on telling myself, like I'm trying to get to that point where I am mature enough to be outside of what I usually like. And that's I think that's part of the issue too. Like, not even just about race. It's just sometimes just being outside of what you're usually attracted to. I'm usually attracted to a specific type of nigga. He ain't shit. He not shit. But like, I'm usually attracted to it. Like, this, like ex-thug ass nigga. Like, he might not currently be a thug, but he used to be a street nigga, but he still have street nigga mentalities. I
think it's the thrill and the danger of it all.
It is.
Today, who knows?
Yes. Like the scariest shit. And then I'm already a scary ass person. Like, my mother raised me to be scary, so I'm already scary as shit. So it's like I'm not even the right type of chick for a nigga like that to go with, because I might tell. I might tell. I ain't going to jail.
So have you lost hope in chivalry? Like, for one, yes. Two-parted question. Okay. Do you want to? Are you more of the just say like relationship? I want to get married one day type, or are you more of just I'm gonna just live life and do my thing? Mm-hmm. And then second part of that was what I guess kind of asked first. Like, have you lost hope in reference to like chivalry? Like, do you think chivalry's dead? Do you think just men as a whole? Obviously, it's not a 100% thing, but the majority of men, especially even black men. Do you think, like, have you lost hope in them being, I guess, respectful or treating women how they're supposed to be treated, or whatever the lost cause is when it comes to us?
So this is my thing. So I'm gonna answer all of these. So one, I've always wanted to be married. I'm a relationship girl, actually. Like, I like to be in a relationship. I like to have that one person, that consistency. I love that, and I would love to find that. Second part, I just was sitting there the other day telling my mother, I was like, I don't think I'm never gonna get married. Like,
pause.
I know. My mother was like, don't say that. And I was like, I'm just saying, like, what is available. And the thing is like, for me, it's certain things that I just can't do. Like, I like manly men. I like manly combat boots to the beach ass men. Like I'm sorry.
Combat boots to the beach. That's a nigga. That he ain't just a man. That's a nigga.
I like manly men though. I like men who are like, you know, good with their hands, can build an engine or something. I don't know.
Right.
Like, I need a nigga to be resourceful.
Right.
Like, and
Um,
especially in
Yeah.
this day and age, like, you know, we in our last days, you never know. Like, nigga, can you build an ark? Like, I need help. Shit.
Can you kill a zombie?
Yeah. Like, can you kill the zombie? If it's the purge, like, are you ready? Like, let's go. I need. So
Oh my God.
I feel like it's low on manly men out here.
It's low on manly men.
It's
Okay.
low on manly men out here. It really is. So it's like it's hard. My odds are hard or whatever, you know.
Right.
And like I said, I'm a big girl, and I say this all the time in my comedy. It ain't that I can't get niggas. I can get niggas as a big girl, but it's like it's a different level of men sometimes that I get that feel comfortable coming to me, but they don't know how I feel about myself. I love me. I be having to tell these like, nigga, you know I love me, right? The fuck?
Right.
You coming over here trying to talk to me and you're just not it.
You're not it, sir.
I love me. Like, so
Gotcha.
so you know, but I'm not saying that I give up on it, because I know that there are good men out here.
Right.
I've seen good men. I know there are good men out here. And the thing is, you know, they're just ugly. Psych, no, let me stop.
Because that's what it is.
That's right.
They got too many kids, or they're a convict, or they're down.
And look, and let me tell you, because my one friend in Raleigh, and this is why I broke up with his ass right recently. But when I say like check off the boxes of my manly men shit,
right.
Like he be like fixing his shit, like he changed his own brakes and shit. Like,
right.
yo, like he be like, yeah, oh, the toilet broke, and the nigga he go to Home Depot and buy the supplies. Like, that shit is attractive to me. At a certain age, shit like that is attractive. When a nigga say, oh, let me call a plumber, I'm about to go to Home Depot and get the supplies.
Right.
That shit is attractive.
Right.
And you know what? That just gave me a thought. I need to start hanging out at Home Depot more often. That's where the nigga I want to go with.
That's where they at.
That's where he at. And he gonna have his work uniform on.
Right.
A whole time.
You looking for a Home Depot nigga, instead you getting a nigga at home ordering Postmates.
Okay, exactly.
He ain't even trying to leave the house to get food, let alone fix the toilet.
I'm trying to tell you. Right, but he check off so many lists, and this is gonna say it's not ignorant, but it is ignorant a little tiny bit.
A little bit.
My issue with him is he got too many fucking kids. That's one.
Well, that's not even that's a major one. Like,
because he's older, so he's already been married, divorced, and he got 4 teenagers. Like, I don't want to meet them. I don't want no parts of no fucking teenager. I don't. They're going to meet them. They're going to fight me. I don't know. Either they're going to love me because they think I'm young and cool as shit, or they're going to want to fight me. And I think they're going to want to. I think they're going to want to fight me because he be up them kids' ass.
Right.
It irritates me, and that's why I don't. That's why I don't fuck with him no more, because he upped his kids' ass too much. Is that rude to say that you up your kids' ass too much? I'm like, you know, these kids gonna grow up and leave your ass, right? And you gonna be by yourself.
Did he live with all his kids, or?
Yes, they live with him. They live with him, and he like, and I look, and I'm like, and you know what, you dummy, that mother out here living her best life, being a whole hoe.
A whole hoe.
And she out here living her best life somewhere, and you up here like, no. And like, that's why we stopped messing with each other, because I went to Raleigh to go see him, and I'm here, I'm in town. I had a show, but I'm here, I'm in town.
Right.
You know, can you spend uninterrupted time with me? And it was like, he stayed the night, and then he was like, well, I gotta go home, I gotta go check on the kids. The kids grown as fuck. They teenagers.
They take care of each other.
Yeah.
You don't need no babysitter. You don't need.
Yeah, you don't need no babysitter. I'm like, you should have left them piece of money and you could call it.
Piece of money.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Piece of money.
So I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it until you grow up and can't be up them kids' butt all the time. I can't deal with you. So you see what I'm saying? So, but like that's the whole thing. Like it's like, all right, he checked off my other boxes,
right,
and how he treat me and being a manly man,
right,
but situation I couldn't deal with.
Right. Now let me ask you this: when it comes down to like to say like you finding your husband or whatever, and you know he's the manly man or whatever, but outside of that, are you big on chivalry? Are you big on? And I'm not talking about like just simply paying the check, but I'm saying opening car door, restaurant door. Yeah. You know, get out pumping the gas, whatever. Like are you like, you know, just that type of stuff.
So it's like a half and half thing. I'm from Baltimore and I'm used to rude ass niggas. So the opening the door and all that other stuff, they don't really do that like that.
Right.
But I am used to like I have been in a relationship where like I never got put my own gas in my car. You know, he took the trash out. So stuff like that I would want or whatever. But you know, like even sometimes I done been with other guys from other places or guys that's just not like the typical ignorant nigga that I done dealt with before, and they've been coming to open my door, and I done already independent woman.
Right.
Hey, you know, like, damn, I was going to get that for you. Oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Grabbed all the bags and shit. I'm used to carrying my own groceries. Take one trip, you know. Right. I'm telling you. So, like, you know, I would have to be, but I'm 100% with being submissive to the right man.
Gotcha.
I am.
Gotcha. No doubt. So a few more questions before we wrap up. The one of the main questions I wanted to ask you, like just growing up, not so much just because you were in Baltimore, but just, you know, whoever raised you, you know, your parents, whoever you lived in the household with, like, did they, I guess, specifically, like, you know, teach you, I guess, a lot of lessons in reference to, I'll say, categorize it as just say blackness, but in one category, it could be like your black history, and it don't have to necessarily be as deep as slavery, but even just, you know, this is Motown, you know, this was, you know, this black cinema, right. This, you know, this black actor, like, was it, you know, like that? And then even on the other side, did they, you know, preach to you about just say like, oh, you need to make sure you're educated, or make sure you know, don't go to jail because you're black, or make sure you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying, know how to get stopped by the police or whatever. Like, what type of conversations and all that, you know, I guess when you grew up?
So I will say, like, as far as like black history and stuff like that, definitely, like, that was all around. Like, my mother had a huge album collection. And it's crazy, like she even used to have like comedy albums. Right. And I would listen to that stuff and stuff like that. So black history, I would say more so than anything, my mother would always instill in me to be an independent black woman. Like she didn't want me to have to rely on nobody, and she wanted me to be able to take care of myself and, you know, do what I would have to do to take care of myself, not be dependent on nobody else. But it was like her hard was just like too hard a little bit, like just a little bit. Like I started paying rent when I was 14 years old.
Oh wow. like at your mama house.
At my mama house. I was paying my mama rent at 14.
Had a job at 14?
Yeah. I worked and I, you know, was in high school and I had great grades. Nobody pressured me about education or going to college, but I did it on my own. Cause like I said, I was a learner. I love to learn. So like when I say I did everything by myself, I did everything by myself. Like I applied for colleges by myself. I
Right,
applied
right,
for my
right.
FAFSA by myself. I, you know, did everything. So I got into college on my own. But
Gotcha.
it was like once I got into college, I was still staying at home. I was working full time, going to school full time, paying my mother rent, and she was screaming and yelling and fussing every day on day.
Right.
So I wound up moving out, and that's where it went. Like the thing about it is, with college, when you young, you need a support system,
Right.
and I didn't have a support system. So I feel like I made a lot of mistakes as far as I feel like my first mistake was I should have went away to college. But I didn't do it because I didn't have no help. I didn't know what to do. Like I just
Right,
was like, I'm
right,
going to
right,
college,
right, right,
So
for sure,
I
for
went
sure.
to a local college. I worked full time. I was paying my mother rent. She was driving me crazy. I moved out, and then once I moved out, bills became more important than school.
Gotcha,
So I
gotcha,
never finished college. I never graduated. I never
gotcha.
finished. But I worked. That's
Right,
why I
right,
said I worked at the Red Cross for 15 years because my first year of college is when I started working at the Red Cross.
right. Gotcha,
And I
gotcha,
was working there since then,
gotcha.
well, for 15 years or whatever. But
Right, right, right.
yes, that's why it was so long because I
Mm.
started so young. But um it's still lessons that I learned. And the thing is when you get older and you think about things in hindsight, best, especially with our parents and things that we judge them on, it was
Right.
things that my mother was dealing with that I didn't realize.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like,
Mm-hmm.
now I understand more
Yeah. Yeah.
why
Yeah. Yeah.
she couldn't be as present or as
Yeah.
helpful for me. My father
Yeah.
was on drugs.
Gotcha.
So she was still, and then I think about the fact that she still, even though he was on drugs, she still made sure we had food. It was a roof over our head. We had
Mm-hmm.
clothes and stuff like that, but it was a struggle for her, So it was like,
Gotcha.
and then I look at her relationship with her mom and how that, what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like a generational thing, and it comes
Mm-hmm.
down, and
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of the thing with women, and it's some things that we need to stop those generational
Right.
curses,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
it's some things that we need to learn from. And like I said, as an adult, I think about it now in hindsight, and I kind of understand
Right.
why my mother was the way that she was and things
Right.
happened the way they did. And I just kind of look at life now like everything happened for a reason.
Right.
You
Right.
know what
Right.
I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Who knows if I did go that path and went to college and
Mm-hmm.
finished college and had a successful career, would I be doing comedy right
For
now?
sure.
Probably
Probably
not.
not. Probably not.
You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah,
No,
but
that
definitely, it was crazy. I never, like now the conversations that I think that parents have to have, especially raising young black men, as far as like you said, with the police
mm-hmm.
and,
Mm-hmm.
with people. If you think I'm an 80s baby, like we didn't really had to deal with that stuff like that.
Right.
Not
Right.
not
Right. Right.
too much. I don't know. I am from it's up north or whatever. I don't know how it was down south, but we didn't really have to deal with that. Not in Baltimore, like,
Right. Right. Right.
but and because it's a predominantly black
For sure.
city,
For sure.
and most of the time you lived in your neighborhood, you stay in your neighborhood. Like I know
Mm-hmm.
some people who, if they live over east, they stayed over east. If they live
Mm-hmm.
over west, they stayed over west. So you
Mm-hmm.
didn't even put yourself in those
Right.
situations
Right.
for somebody to have to explain to
Right.
you
Right.
about like
Right.
racial things or anything like that,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
it still was the thing of, violence and drugs
Right.
and stuff like
Right.
that.
Right.
Now,
Right.
those were
Right.
the
Right.
things that we had to have conversations about.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Makes
Hmm.
sense, and that's really important. And I guess even an important lesson that I kind of even learned, and not that my parents were like shitty or anything, but even just realizing that reality of like, yo, our parents are definitely just humans, you know what I'm saying? And like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
they not
they
perfect.
yeah, they susceptible to mistakes just like anybody. And I'm not necessarily talking about somebody who just drop the ball and know he got kids and just not taking care of them. But I'm saying like
that's different.
Parents who tried, but like they fucked up or they made mistakes or they didn't get everything right. Like
Yeah.
that shit just, it shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not superheroes. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much, we think they are. Yeah. So
and that's what I'm saying. Like, and that was the thing. I used to have like this vibe towards my mother. And the thing about it is a lot of women relationships or whatever, and this is something that Ray had said the other day, are messed up because they have issues with their mother.
Right.
Like, female issues with their mother, and they come out here and they have this thing with other women. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really trust too much a bitch that don't like at least respect her mother. Like, and I mean, I know it's depending on how your situation is. Like I said, I had my issues with my mother, but me and my mother are close. Like, we great right now. I go over my mother's house and light up and we drink and like
right.
we be chilling, like, and like I said, it just in hindsight, when I think about it, I think what she had to go through and what she had to do. And I'm like, she did what she had to do and she did her best. She did her best, so it's like I can't really fault her too much for anything or whatever. And that still turned out okay. Like I'm still
turned out okay. Right. Gotcha. No, that's deep. That's dope, man. Dope. So final question of the evening. It actually is the title of our podcast. Do you mind if I call you bitch? How do you feel about that word? Like, what's your stipulations on the word bitch? Like, do you and your friends say it? Who can call you it? Male, female, gay man, gay woman, whoever.
Let me just start with this. Bitch, that's my favorite word. That word. Like I do. But I do think it's a different tone when a man calls you that. Of course, us, the girls, the females, we be like, bitch, you did that, bitch, we'll say that, but it's endearing, it's like, hey, yo, girl, homegirl, like type situation. But honestly, you can call me all the bitches you want, just don't call me a fat bitch. I'm like,
bad bitch.
Yes, that part. Like, yes, you can call me bitch, just don't call me a fat one.
Just don't call me a fat one.
Then we gonna fight. Nothing give up.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That is hilarious. That's hilarious. So that's across the board. So anybody, male, female, whatever, as long as they don't call you a fat bitch.
Well, no, I don't know about guys. No, don't call me that shit. No.
Gay guys.
Yeah, gay guys. Cause I was trying to think. Like I do got gay friends or whatever, gay. But they're gay, but they're not like too extra with it. So if they do say it, they might say that once in a while, like bitch, jokingly, but not too much or whatever. Like I said, it's just how you say it. Don't call me no harsh ass bitch. Like, don't call me that.
If you're in the bedroom with a man and you guys are going at it, and then he throws a bitch at you, what you gonna do? Like, you such a bad bitch, or like, you my bitch, or
damn, bitch is pussy good.
I would like it.
Yeah.
I probably like I ain't gonna just like skirt, stop or whatever. Like, no. Yeah, I'll be all right. And then after we be finished, I'll be like, bitch, you better not do that without your dick in me,
It's stipulations to it. Like, if you gonna call me a bitch,
it's just rules. I'm just saying, rules.
We have to at least be in this position to call me a bitch.
Gotta be doing this. Okay? Outside of this, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
All right.
That is hilarious. Oh man. Well, Megs, you got anything else for our guests before we get up out of here?
No, I got all the information I need.
Okay. Meg, I gotta make sure we follow each other on social media. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and plug yourself, man. Whatever you got coming up, all your rundowns.
Alrighty, so follow me on Instagram. It's woo WOOWOO _ the comedian. Danielle Wooten on Facebook / woo woo the comedian on Facebook. Currently on a She More Funny tour. Me and my girls are traveling. We'll be in Chicago at Riddles next, so make sure you follow me. The channel, the YouTube series I'm on, make sure you subscribe to that. Link is in my bio on Instagram. And just like, Virginia Beach, November the 17th, 18th,
they whispering.
I know. I'm going to show y'all Maria real quick anyway. The 17th, 18th, 19th. We're going to be in Virginia. We're going to be in Richmond, and we're going to be at the Funny Bone. And I don't know what the other place is. Oh, yeah. And we having one back in Baltimore, November the 20th. And we'll be in Delaware November the 21st. But we out here working. Let me show y'all my other teammate right here.
Yo, what's going on?
Yes. So that's Maria Sanchez. So yeah, we're gonna have to do another one, and maybe we can do another one where if I get all the girls together, maybe we can all be on there maybe kind of at the same time.
Absolutely.
Work. It would probably never work because bitches. Can I call you bitch?
Well, if y'all can coordinate it, I'm definitely down. You know what I'm saying? At least, or even if it ain't everybody, just one or two.
That's what I said. It's three of us here now. Ray just went in the house so she could change her clothes because we about to go to Uptown Comedy Club in a minute. Gotcha.
Dope. Well, Megs, you got anything? Plug yourself.
You can follow me on Instagram at Meggums, MEGGUMZ. You can go on my YouTube page and watch my web series called Spa, which is the exaggerated truth of massage therapy. I have a website, www.meggieacherilus.com. He'll write that in so you can see it. And yeah, I don't have much going on, but watch my shit online.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna check you out, man.
I'll check you
out. Okay. RudyComedy.com for me. Woo, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you pulling up on us.
I appreciate you, Rudy. You
Absolutely.
already know. I can't wait till we can hit the stage together again.
Yeah. One day we'll make it happen, man. But
go to Atlanta, Rudy. There, it's open.
Right. I know. Right.
Wide open. Anytime. Meet me here. Like, let's go.
Well, you definitely make sure you're safe while you're out there. Don't get too comfortable. Keep that mask up. You know what I'm saying? Keep your hands sanitized, all the above. And yeah, that's it, man. Appreciate everybody for watching, man. Do you mind if I call you bitch every single Saturday? No Life Boys Production YouTube page. That's it, man. We out.
All right. Peace out.
All right, Will.